Hey, you're a little blurry, John.
Me? I'm not blurry. My background's
You're
blurry.
black, yeah.
Yeah, but it's because I have near-sighted glasses. I can't see the background very well. Or is it? I always get there. Am I far-sighted or near? If
I
you're
think
near,
nearsighted means you can see near, right?
is that, I hope so. I don't know. I just know that I go in, they test my eyes. They say, here's some glasses, and I go, oh, I can see.
How many pair of glasses do you got? Every time I see you, seem to have a different pair of
Oh, hey, that's a
glasses.
good idea. We're gonna fool them in thinking that we're not recording these at the same time. There we go.
Oh, who are you? I can't even
I
recognize.
I got
It's more like Clark Kent in the old Superman.
remember
Nobody
that.
recognized him until he took his glasses off. Oh, it's Superman. Hey, we got a nice note from our friend Hal.
Oh, good.
Us for the publicity, but more importantly, the acknowledgement that what he was doing was good.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, because he felt that, he had been told, take pretty pictures, and he didn't feel like he was conforming to what others wanted. And so he was very grateful for the recognition and the acknowledgement that what he did was important.
Boy, a lot of good at out of Chicago, which we've spoken about a couple of shows ago. I had a number of people saying that they've seen our show and they were blown away, by Hal's work. So if you're watching this today, go back and look at I don't know, 4 or 5 or 6 shows ago where we show, or Cole shows a series of images and then talks about, well, actually reads what Hal had written about those images. It's phenomenal. By the way, we've had like 600 people watch that show, which is 3 times normal, which is
It
good.
just struck me too. Can you imagine if Hal had been on the attendee takeover? And what that is, folks, is where
Oh,
they devote 1 hour to 8 individuals who each get 7 minutes to show some personal work. And if Hal would have shown that work, it would have been so different by a million miles from
yes,
anything else we saw at Out of Chicago, which I hate to say was mostly pretty pictures.
right.
What Hal did would have been in a different universe.
Universe. Yeah, we should maybe have Hal do out of Chicago next year.
Maybe,
Not
and you encouraged him to submit to Lenswork, which would be
which,
fabulous, I
which it
think.
looks like he's going to do. So
Good.
he's subscribed to Lenswork, and it looks like he is going to look what the submission guidelines are.
Good.
But, I
Good.
have a question, and this is just kind of a joke to set us into what we decided we'd want to talk about. What kind of a camera do you think Hal photographed with, and why didn't he tell us that?
That I it, you know what? When he was showing those images, I couldn't get off of that. I kept thinking, what f-stop did he use, and
I kept
what
on
shutter
wondering.
speed?
Yeah, well, more importantly, I was like, was it a Nikon or a Canon? That's the thing that I was like,
Um,
why didn't he tell me that? If
and when
only
he was talking about the woman who had given away 2 children to adoption and said it was the greatest thing she had ever done,
I
all I could think about was, what lens was he using?
I I don't
Why
even
wouldn't he provide something that is so important to that story?
yeah, and telling me that she had giving those children away irrelevant to that photograph. I
It was,
really
yeah, Photoshop or Lightroom. Come on,
I
the
know.
important thing. Okay, we're being funny because we had a couple of instances where people would show their work and then would say, "This is a uh,
Infrared
yeah," or "This is was shot with this camera," or
or an iPhone.
but my point was on it. As soon as the person started talking that, my brain went off of the image and into some other space. It's distracting. It's a disservice to the viewer. And there are several things that people do. Brooks brought up that we tend to say, as you and I both did on our last 2 images. You said, John, Cole, what is that? And I go, well, that's a group of floats, fishermen floats, and I shot that in
Yeah,
Chuzenshiko, Japan.
yeah,
And we say it as though the location is important.
yeah. Isn't that funny?
Now, let's try it again. Ask me where that photo was.
Hey,
And let me
where?
put it back up. Let me put it back up. I want to
Okay.
try this.
Okay.
Can we change it real time?
Sure.
Adjust background.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. There it is.
Okay, so ask me.
Man, Cole, I've never seen. Where's that photograph from?
No, no, ask me. Okay. Well, John, this is some fisherman floats that I found in Japan. Oh, I did it again.
See
Some
that? It's
fisherman
so
floats.
hard.
These are some, and I said long exposure. Okay, let me try it. These are
Okay,
some
this
fisherman
tells you
floats.
how
And I
conditioned we
was
are.
taken by their shape and their stillness in the motion of the water.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
I did better.
Yeah. But what a great exercise. Great. Wow.
It's
You
difficult
fish.
not to say where it was or it was a long exposure.
In our next show, we're going to both have images and we're going to
Okay.
try our,
We'll
okay,
try.
that'll be our test. And you
We'll
know
try.
what? This is what they call a tease in YouTube professional speak, right? We're teasing right now, Cole, so that they're going to watch the next show
Oh, I
to
see,
see
John.
if we do any
Can you
better.
mansplain that any better to me? um,
I woman-splained that to you. I didn't mansplain
uh,
it to you. Is
oh
that
my
wrong?
gosh.
Am I going to get in trouble for saying woman-splained?
I don't know. Hey, okay, I've got another beef. I've brought it up
Oh,
before. You disagree, others disagree, but on the topic of doing things that distract from the image,
yeah. Oh,
please don't put your signature on top of the image.
yeah.
It is a disservice to the image. I find it sacrilegious. It's distracting. And everybody says, oh, but people, how will they know it's my image? If they really want to know about that image, they're going to find out.
Yeah. Yeah. I've
What are
been
those
through the
things
phase.
called? Watermarks?
Watermarks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please.
I've
And
been through.
always in the script.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I've done it. Then I didn't do it. Now I'm not doing it again. Yeah. I don't do it anymore. Yeah. Yeah.
I
You're
mean,
right.
that'd be like writing Cole Thompson. I'll get it tattooed on my forehead. Because what if people want to know who I am?
That's so true. You know what? The older I get, though, and as I age, it might be helpful if you put Cole on your phone so I can. Oh, it's you, Cole. The older I get. But seriously, folks, when you're sharing images, well, somebody just had an amazing group of images on that Roberta Roth, our dear friend, pointed me towards on Facebook. Unbelievably good color, unfortunately, so you probably wouldn't like them, but from freezing minus 20-degree weather in Michigan or Minnesota, where they live, Minnesota, I guess. And they were extraordinary. And it was so interesting because when I went and looked at them, there was nothing about them other than where they were. You know, this is from such and such location in Minnesota. And then I wrote to the woman and I said, man, these are extraordinary. Really, really great image. I mean, the light was great. There was puffy snow, fresh snow, and they were just really, really wonderful. And for whatever reason, and I don't know if it was me, that she felt like she needed to tell me they were all iPhone pictures.
See, it's that excuse. Oh, but they were iPhone pictures.
And I'm like, what? Why did she feel the need? It
or,
doesn't.
or I know maybe some people want to say, be impressed that I can
Or
do
be
this with an
proud that they
iPhone.
are.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
I don't sense that's generally the reason. I have had
It's
situations
apologetic.
where the tone and the inflection is, look, this is an iPhone picture, pretty great, right? It's generally not that. It's like, oh, and these are iPhone pictures.
It's apologetic. Yeah.
Yeah, and the iPhone is a great freaking camera. You and I are talking about it all the time. We'll be out. Oh, it's my camera right now, so I can't grab it. But you and I are always looking at it, going, "How do I do better than this?" I mean, it's fantastic, especially for color photographs.
We just had some light snow and I put that thing in a raw mode and I got some great patterns on my patio.
There you go. Excellent.
Okay, well, let's
All
end
right.
this thing. I think we've gone long.
Okay. Yeah.